Okay, so let's dig in. I know this graph may look crazy, so let me just break it down to you, right? This is a study that was performed by and in 40 overweight young active men, right? So basically in the, gym population, if you will, they were put in a severe calorie deficit, a 40% calorie deficit. That means eating 40% fewer calories than needed to maintain their weight, right? They worked out hard. They did full body circuit training, which included plyometrics. So basically HIIT training 6 days a week for 4 weeks. They were randomized to one of two groups. The first group consumed what's called the protein group, 1.1 grams per pound of their body weight, right? Or 35% of their calories. And the other group was a control group. So they consumed 0.54 grams per pound of body weight, only 15% of the calories. And just for you guys that are like really, geeks like me, that 15 to 35% is within that acceptable macronutrient range that you'll read about or that you'll learn in school. And so both groups, right, ate carbohydrates. They had 50% of their calories from carbs. When I read that, I was like, thank goodness, because they were doing HIIT 6 times a week, right? They were doing high intensity workouts. Now, the protein group, in order for them to reach that target, they used whey protein. They actually added it to milk to reach their daily target within their total calories. And then both groups ate more than the RDA, the minimum amount needed, 0.36 required to just prevent muscle loss. Here's the key. They both lost the same amount of weight, which is our topic for today, right? But completely different compositions of weight. So the first data point, look at the graph, right? Look at the chart here I'm showing. So what you're looking at on the y-axis is change in kilograms. In the research, it's always expressed in kilograms. So change in kilograms, right? You can see protein group is black, control group, and that's the high protein, control group is white. And so the first data point you want to look at is this one, body mass, same weight change. So could you see they have both dropped weight, right? Right around 3.5 kilos. They both dropped weight. So maybe that's about 8 pounds or so. And then the high protein group in black, they gained lean mass. About 2 pounds of lean mass was gained during this 4-work period of including resistance training and high protein. Look at the control group. They actually maintain their muscle, right? They maintain their muscle tissue. And then the final data point you want to look at is the high protein group lost significantly more. That's what that asterisk means. That star means it was a significant difference. Now, of course, the control group still lost fat. They were in a deficit, but the one eating the high protein, they lost more body fat. So yes, we've observed that people can lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. And again, this is in young, active, overweight men. So you may be wondering, well, what about females? What about active females like me, right? So active females were also studied. This has been from Bill Campbell's lab down at the University of South Florida. And he studied 17 young female novice. So they're getting ready to step on stage. People like Bernice or people who have competed maybe once or twice, or they're getting ready to. And they did an 8-week supervised resistance training program, 4 days a week, right? Bodybuilder split, if you will, randomly assigned to high protein, high being 1 gram per pound of body weight per day, low being half of that amount, 0.4. Everything was tracked. And guess what happened? The high protein group, they recompositioned their body. In other words, they gained some lean mass. The high protein group gained more. The low protein group gained less. But check this out. This is a little nuance. 3 of the 9 of the people that were in this group actually lost lean mass, right? Because the studies always give you means or averages. But only the high protein group lost a significant amount of fat, 2.4 pounds. Okay, so they did experience it as well. But the high protein group, interestingly, right, they consume more total calories. And they didn't explain why, but we've alluded to this. Neil alluded to it. You know, you higher thermic effective food, you feel better, you're more motivated when you see your body changes, you're moving around more, etc. And then the final one on recomposition is from Jose Antonio's lab, and they gave really high protein. Okay, so this was in 48 males and females that had already been resistance training, randomly assigned to normal protein, which is 1 gram per pound of body weight, right? So that's the upper end that we recommend. Normally we recommend a gram per pound of lean body mass. And a high protein, really high, 1.5 grams of body weight per day. And both groups did, they trained heavily. And so check this out. Look at the lean body mass. So what you're looking at here, again, changes in kilograms, and all these data points represents a person. So this is a normal protein group consuming 1 gram per pound. This is a high protein group consuming 1.5 grams per pound. And you can see that both of them, both groups, gained an average of 3 pounds per lean body mass. It was about the same, whether you are consuming a gram or 1.5 grams per pound per body weight per day, right? So if you're a bodybuilder, don't get mad, because I have good news for you. If you do consume a 1.5 grams per pound or more, what did the study find? Basically, both groups lost fat, but the high protein group lost significantly more fat. Once again, bodybuilders knew this, 3.5 pounds versus 0.66 pounds. So the key takeaways are that higher protein intakes results in more fat being lost, but not additional lean mass being gained. Okay. And then not everybody experienced body recomposition. If you actually look at each individual data point versus just looking at the means or the averages, about, 2/3 of the people actually experienced body recomposition. Not everybody experienced it.